All right, so I'm here with Christina from Hamilton Health Sciences Foundation. We're just a couple days away from Extra Life fundraiser in support of McMaster Children's Hospital that I've been doing for a number of years. And just recently this year, I met Christina, who is involved with the local hospital, and wanted to chat a little bit about what this looks like, what it means to the hospital, and why it's important that we keep doing it. So, thanks for your time, Christina. Why don't you tell us a little bit about what your role is and what you're up to in Hamilton?
Awesome. Thank you so much, Cole. So I started my role with Hamilton Health Sciences Foundation in December of last year. A big part of my role as a development officer there is I get to work with amazing community members like yourself, Cole, that want to kind of give back to our local hospital sites, including McMaster Children's Hospital. So I work with them to identify how they'd like to give back. And in this case, it's through Extra Life, which is, tying into the gaming piece and having people donate to your cause. So just working with them to ensure they have the tools that they need and that their funds can go directly to where they would like it to go and where that impact lies.
That's awesome. And I mean, so this I think is year 10 for me and a lot of the people that have been involved have been involved for a number of years. And it's fun for me to kind of be able to have a conversation and actually get a sense of, what difference does it make? Does Extra Life actually help? We hope it helps the hospital, but does it actually help the hospital? So can you tell us a little bit about what difference Extra Life makes to McMaster Children's Hospital?
Of course. So Extra Life is a very unique program that helps raise vital funds that support high priority needs at McMaster Children's Hospital, but as well as our Ron Joyce Children's Health Center. So it helps key programs such as our Quality of Life and Advanced Care program, our autism program. This allows us to provide services like classes and workshops for caregivers as well, so they know how to handle these challenges that their children may be facing. Our youth and child mental health program. It also allows us to develop specific spaces like the wellness courtyard and safety pods, giving patients who are struggling with mental health a kind of safe space to kind of unwind even while they're at the hospital receiving treatment. But also supports clinical areas like our NICU and our pediatric oncology areas, so specifically helping children dealing with cancer diagnoses. And ultimately, like it's a very interesting way to give back with Extra Life, knowing that you can simply take on your hobby, which is gaming, and turn it into life-saving support for Mac kids in these ways.
Yeah, very cool. And so over the last couple of years, are there specific investments or specific things that have kind of come out of projects that have been able to take place because of fundraising?
Of course. So, some donations from Extra Life have gone to purchasing critical equipment, including feeding pumps, ventilators, incubators, surgical microscopes, and lasers, as well as patient monitors. So you do see a lot of these equipments in our NICU, so helping premature babies. And these pieces of equipment range anywhere between 5,000 to almost 300,000 per unit. So at the end of the year when we receive these funds from Extra Life, if we're able to kind of put that towards a bigger piece of equipment, if not, it could end up being numerous incubators, numerous feeding pumps. So supporting further. And in this way of, allowing us to purchase this equipment, it helps enhance the care and treatment of children facing these serious health challenges. It could also support the expansion and improvement of essential programs, so like the ones I mentioned earlier. And just to give you a little bit of information in terms of like where we're at right now is, through the year of people doing Extra Life, we've raised over $27,000 to fund this life-saving equipment and these life-changing programs. And I know over the years, not 100% certain, I still have to do some math, but we have raised well over 500,000 just through this program alone. So
Wow.
knowing that's years of equipment, years of like dedicating some time and effort to expand these programs that are truly changing lives.
Do you have a sense? Could you tell us a little bit about current needs, current sort of hopes and dreams that the hospital is, hoping to invest in the coming months?
Of course. So the ongoing funding for life-saving equipment is truly important. So a lot of the equipment I listed, again, goes to our NICU, and that clinical area alone requires over $1 million worth of new equipment each year. So we're helping to specifically contribute to that to ensure, they have enough cribettes, they have enough incubators. Sometimes equipment goes past its shelf life, right, and needs to be replaced. So it helps us stay on top of that instead of waiting for, emergencies to happen, right? And then also, like, we're always trying to expand our mental health and autism programs to serve more children and families. So making sure that there's more access in that area and more programming available. And I would say also additional resources, to help with our quality of life and advanced care program, because that provides 24/7 support for children with life-limiting conditions. So that's at home, but also in hospital support as well.
Very cool. So as we mentioned, we're 2 days away from another extra life stream for me. And is there anything, as you think about the sort of 150 people that I sort of connect with and talk to about this, who have supported over the number of years, is there anything else you would want them to know about Extra Life and how it helps and why we should continue to be a part of it?
Yeah, no, of course. I think it's such a unique program that really, by you having fun, you're also making life more easy for the children that are in hospital. I think to a lot of patients and also current Extra Life participants right now who have been past patients at Mac Kids. I think of one, and his name is Cody, and he received life-changing care at McMaster Children's Hospital. And his parents were told that he might not make it, and now he's 35 and has a family of his own. And I like to think of not just like the equipment side of things and expanding programs, but also what our child life specialists do to help make the hospital seem like a second home to children, because in often cases, that's what it comes out to be because of how often they're there with us, receiving care. And knowing that through donor support, we are able to make the hospital as much as a comfortable place as possible, where our child life specialists can, provide toys, provide activities and things to kind of take them away from just, going for their radiation or going for their other appointments. There's more than just kind of like the medical side of things that happen at McMaster Children's Hospital. And I think that's always important to share, that donor support kind of helps make that stand out.
And you'd mentioned to me there's a story from the past year. Is that Cody that you mentioned?
Yeah, I wanted to share a little bit about Cody just because I think, even a quote from him specifically, which helped kind of ties into that whole thing, is he told us that he never remembered being scared at the hospital as a young kid. And he remembers the toy rooms and the play areas. And that's where he found his lifelong hobby, which is video games. So it's kind of like a wraparound thing where, again, it's not just about the care that's received, but also how are children treated during these difficult times, how are families getting involved. And I know I gave you also a video, which I'm sure you'll probably share at some point, about our CMN champion, Aaliyah, who was a pediatric oncology patient. So it just kind of like goes full circle in terms of the medical equipment needed to actually give them the care that they need, but also the positive memories that they actually get through this, which is sometimes we don't think about those things, right? We think about the hospital. It's daunting. It's terrifying. You're only there when something bad happens. So how do we make that less scary? And it's through donor support. So
yeah, no, I definitely wouldn't have thought of that sort of holistic, that extra element of the experience, but for sure it would be a scary environment, potentially scary environment for kids. So that's a really cool thing to be a part of as well. I really appreciate your time, and thank you so much for the work that you're doing. And we look forward to being able to contribute once again this year.
of course, thank you so much, Cole. And I will tune into your stream this weekend.